If you want your stream to look crispy and still max out your frames per second, I think this is a video for you. What's going on YouTube? I hope you're having an amazing day. It's DarkHour here, and today we're going to talk about something that you guys ask me all the time. So when you play Apex, how does your stream look so clean and you still get 100 plus frames per second? I get 165 frames, and I'm gonna teach you how I do this. And while you guys load up the game and get ready for the settings, I am going to let you know this Thursday and every Thursday going forward, we will be doing Thirsty Thursday, where we'll review clips from the community and watch them together. You could bring the drink of your choice, and the way you'll be able to recommend clips or videos is by using bits, channel points, subs, or donations. So every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, make sure you come to the stream and hang out with us. Now let's get you these settings and get you back to streaming. So the first thing you're gonna do is gonna go into settings. You're going to go into video, and the first setting we're going to talk about is display mode. The way you want to do it, you want to do full screen. That is going to maximize your frames per second. It's going to make sure that your game is optimized over anything else running in the background like OBS. Aspect ratio, we're gonna leave it for your screen resolution. So whatever your screen is, that's where you're gonna put in here. Resolution, my native is 2560 by 1440. But we're gonna leave it at 1920 by 1080. We've done a lot of tests and test runs trying to figure out what works best for the stream and the frames per second, and you want to make sure you leave it at 1920 by 1080, because if you mess around with this, it will be messed up with the rendering into the stream. So you want to make sure you have it 1920 by 1080 to maximize your frames. Brightness, you have your choice. Field of view controls how much you see of the map, right? When you're in that first person mode, can I see this much, or can I get out like a wide range, kind of like a fish eye look of the map, so you can see what's going on your peripherals and making sure that you can see enemies coming from the sides. Sprint view shake, you want to minimal, or you want to reduce it as much as possible, because there's two things, right? It helps your GPU to render a little bit faster, but the second part is that you don't want any visual clutter, right? Because it's blurry. Now you couldn't see that enemy that was hiding behind a rock, so you want to leave it as minimal as possible. Yes, it looks a little more realistic, but we really don't care about that. You want performance, and you want to be able to see, you know, your enemy instead of being blurry and you thought that was a rock. VSync, so the idea of VSync sounds really good, but at the end of the day, it doesn't work as is put out there to be. So you want to disable the VSync. It doesn't do anything for your performance. It doesn't really help. This actually will hold your frames lower than what it could be, because it wants to hold it at a stable pace. But if you turn it off, it doesn't have any control, and then you'll probably get the 100 plus, 140, 150, or 165 frames per second. NVIDIA Reflex, this, again, I disable it because it doesn't do anything crazy. Based on the game, it doesn't need any extra help producing or rendering the game, so you want to leave it as disabled. Adaptive resolution FPS target, you want to leave it at 0, because you want to get the max frames per second as you possibly can. Oh man, God, I hope I say this right. Anti-aliasing, you want this to turn off, because this reduces the GPU usage, giving you more performance. So instead of having like a smooth edge, like, you know, a little perfect circle on the edges of like the map, you're gonna have it a little more edgy, where it's gonna be kind of like a squarish look. It's nothing that we will be able to tell the difference, because we're not paying attention to the little details of, is this rock smoother or, you know, curvier than another one. Texture streaming budget, you want to leave it at 6 gigs. That way it doesn't take too much. You don't need it at the max. You just want something to be, you know, clear for the stream, and you still get the best performance in game. Texture filtering, you want to put it bilinear. This helps with the GPU load, just to make sure that you get a good balance of, hey, the max frames per second, but I still get a nice, clear, crispy game. The ambient occlusion quality, you're gonna have it disabled. This is also gonna help your GPU, and because we don't have a render resolution target, right, we want it to be max, you don't really need to worry about this. Sun shadow coverage, you want this as low, as it's gonna help your CPU and your GPU load be more stable, increasing that performance that you wanna have when playing the game. We're gonna do the same thing for sun shadow details, spot shadow details. You want to have all these settings as low as possible because they don't make a difference in your gameplay. This is more for visual quality of the game. And by putting these things low, you're not missing any details that you need in the gameplay. All you're losing is a little bit of visual, you know, smoothness into the game. But all these settings, we're gonna have them as low, sun shadow detail low, spot shadow detail disabled, volumetric lighting, same thing with the lighting and the spot shadows, we're gonna have them disabled. Model detail, this is more for your character, how it looks. So the details of the skins that you have, I don't think it matters. You don't need to see, you know, the little speck or the scarf on Wraith, you know, waving in the wind. That doesn't matter for your gameplay. So let's have that at low. Effects detail, we could put that as low. That's gonna affect your nades and special effects. Impact marks, I leave it as low because I wanna see when I hit a target where I'm hitting them to adjust my aim and make sure that I'm firing in the right spots. Ragdoll, this doesn't really matter. Do you really need to see the accurate physical effect of when bodies die? Like you don't need that, right? At the end of the day, if you kill them, who cares how they look, right? You just want to make sure you know where they are and you go over there and kill them or finish your kill off. So these are the settings that help me get the best quality for my stream and also my gameplay. I do hold steady 166 frames per second when I'm streaming. So these settings are crucial to my gameplay. Try them out, see how they work for you. Let me know if anything comes up where something's not working, because that can help you guys out. If you don't want to leave it as a comment, you can always come to my stream. We do stream every Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. So come and ask your questions there if you need to. And if you learned something or found this helpful, please help me get this more views. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and make sure you put on post notifications to know when we post our next video. As always, thank you for watching and have fun on your stream.